Independence and accountability. IBAC operates independently of the government of the day. However, it remains accountable to Victorians through the State Parliament. The Integrity and Oversight Committee of the Victorian Parliament is responsible for monitoring and reviewing the performance of several key agencies, including the Independent Broad-Based Anti-Corruption Commission, IBAC. Let's take a closer look at the committee members and their roles. Tim Red, Chair. Member for Brunswick. Kim Wells, Deputy Chair. Member for Rowville. Ryan Batchelor, Member for Southern Metropolitan. Jade Benham, Member for Mildura. Eden Foster, Member for Mulgrave. Paul Mercurio, Member for Hastings. Rachel Payne, Member for Southeastern Metropolitan. Belinda Wilson, Member for Nara Warren North. These dedicated members oversee the performance of agencies such as IBAC, the Victorian Ombudsman, VO, the Office of the Victorian Information Commissioner, OVIC, and the Victorian Inspectorate, CSTIX. Their responsibilities include examining agency reports, making recommendations for improvements, and coordinating performance audits. Please note that while the Integrity and Oversight Committee can investigate complaints about the Information Commissioner and OVSC under the Parliamentary Committees Act 2003 VIC, it does not have the power to investigate complaints about IBAC, the VO, or the VI. Additionally, it is prohibited from reconsidering decisions, findings, or recommendations made by these agencies. And yet they would have you believe that these are diligent members who play a crucial role in ensuring transparency and accountability in Victoria's governance. The Victorian Inspectorate plays a crucial role in overseeing the Independent Broad-Based Anti-Corruption Commission, IBAC, in Victoria, Australia. Let's delve into the powers and processes related to investigating complaints about IBAC. Complaints. Handling. If you have a complaint about IBAC or its officers, you can contact the Victorian Inspectorate. Complaints may relate to how IBAC or its officers perform their functions, duties, or powers. Examples of complaints include situations where IBAC or its officers act contrary to the law, behave unreasonably, unjustly, oppressively, or with improper discrimination, abuse their power, engage in otherwise improper conduct. Investigation process. When the Victorian Inspectorate decides to investigate a complaint about IBAC or its officers, it must notify IBAC in writing. However, if giving notice of the investigation could prejudice the investigation itself, the Inspectorate may refrain from notifying IBAC. Notably, the Victorian Inspectorate does not have the authority to overturn an IBAC decision or direct IBAC to alter a decision. In summary, the Victorian Inspectorate ensures transparency, accountability, and proper conduct within IBAC, safeguarding the integrity of anti-corruption efforts in Victoria. Yesterday, in response to an easily proven concealment of serious willful misconduct in public office by several members of Victoria Police, the following correspondence was sent to all the members of the Integrity and Oversight Committee, in addition to the Victorian Inspectorate, the Attorney General, Director of Public Prosecutions, VGSO, members of the police and media. Subject: recipients are on notice of IBAC, proving themselves to be neither independent nor engaged in anti-corruption, rather directly engaged in concealing, aiding, and abetting malfeasance. Addressed to unnamed IBAC case manager, sent to IBAC and the Victorian Inspectorate. Subject: regarding delayed response to complaint lodged to IBAC, the Victorian Inspectorate. Dear unnamed case manager, it appears that some moron has accidentally sent me a form letter of sorts and then attempted to incriminate my active reporting of the endemic corruption which engulfs this state. Don't worry, I provided them an immediate response entirely appropriate to that conduct. Perhaps a little less cordial than they may believe they deserve, however. In the circumstances, I am certain that they have earned it. As you well know, according to the Independent Broad-Based Anti-Corruption Commission Act, 2011, Sect 5. For the purposes of this act, police personnel conduct means A. In relation to a public officer who is a police officer or protective services officer, I. An act or decision, or the failure or refusal by the public officer to act or make a decision in the exercise, performance, or discharge, or purported exercise performance, or discharge, whether within or outside Victoria, of a power, function, or duty which the public officer has as, or by virtue of being, a police officer or protective services officer, or 2, conduct which constitutes an offence punishable by imprisonment, or the 3, conduct which is likely to bring Victoria Police into disrepute or diminish public confidence in it, or i.e. disgraceful or improper conduct, whether in the public officer's official capacity or otherwise. B, in relation to a public officer who is a Victoria Police employee or police recruit. I, an act or decision or the failure or refusal by the public officer to act or make a decision in the exercise, performance or discharge, or purported exercise, performance or discharge, whether within or outside Victoria, of a power, function, or duty which the public officer has as, or by virtue of being, a Victoria Police employee or police recruit, or 2, conduct which is likely to bring Victoria Police into disrepute or diminish public confidence in it. Police personnel conduct complaint means A, a complaint made to the IBAC under Section 167 of the Victoria Police Act 2013, or B, a complaint made to the IBAC in relation to the police personnel conduct of a member of Victoria Police personnel other than a police officer or protective services officer. Police personnel misconduct means A, in relation to a public officer who is a police officer or protective services officer, I, conduct which constitutes an offence punishable by imprisonment, or 2, conduct which is likely to bring Victoria Police into disrepute or diminish public confidence in it, or the disgraceful or improper conduct, whether in the public officer's official capacity or otherwise. B, in relation to a public officer who is a Victoria Police employee or police recruit, conduct which is likely to bring Victoria Police into disrepute or diminish public confidence in it. As you well know, there are 8 key dates and 8 key pieces of evidence displaying that these circumstances constitute a properly filed and particularized police personal complaint. According to the definition of that, according to the Independent Broad-Based Anti-Corruption Commission Act 2011, Sect 5, as you know, the evidence displays conduct that constitutes police personnel misconduct. According to the definition of that, according to the Independent Broad-Based Anti-Corruption Commission Act 2011, Sect 5. As you well know, the evidence is exhibited as the following 5 documents and 5 recordings. Affidavit in opposition to bail, dated 13th September 2016, prepared and filed by Victoria Police in G115-05380, Lavelle v. Brown, before Justice Beale, prosecuted by protected 16th and 21st September 2016. Transcripts of proceedings, 16th and 21st September 2016. Supreme Court of Victoria in G115-580. Lavelle v. Brown before Justice Beale, prosecuted by protected. CCTV footage, 4th October 2017, outside County Court of Victoria. Sworn statement protected, dated 5th of October 2017. Sworn statement Sachin Jayawickrame, 13th October 2017. Sworn statement Simon Baker, 13th October 2017. Sworn testimony DSC. Simona Tuika, 20th August 2021, before Magistrate Angela Bolger in Tuika v. Brown, MWAL 16C90 SADA 1. Sworn testimony DSC Simona Tuika, December 2023, before HH Magistrate Rohan Lawrence in Tuika v. Brown, MWAL 16C90 601. Sworn testimony of protected 7th December 2023, before HH Magistrate Rohan Lawrence in Tuika v. Brown, MWAL 1690 601. Dictum of HH Magistrate Rohan Lawrence, 22nd December 2023. As you well know, the 12 key dates are 16th September 2016, 21. September 2016, 2 May 2017, 5 May 2017, 4 October 2017, 5th October 2017, 11th October 2017, 13th October 2017, 9th, 14th October 2017, 20th August 2021, 7th December 2023, 22nd December 2023. The particularization of the circumstances is reiterated as follows. Misrepresentation of material facts in Supreme Court bail application. The victim alleges that the perpetrator, PP, committed fraud by deliberately misrepresenting material facts in submissions before Justice Julian Beale on 16th September 2016 in Supreme Court of Victoria in Melbourne regarding the arrest on June 3, 2016. The affidavit prepared and filed by Victoria Police, which detailed the false imprisonment of the victim on the same date, also contained misrepresentations, including presenting matters dismissed by the court as prior convictions. The affidavit prepared and filed by the Victoria Police, which detailed the victim's false imprisonment on the same date, also contained misrepresentations. These included presenting matters dismissed by the court as prior convictions, thereby misleading the court. Unprovoked assault. Outside prosecutor's office. The victim alleges that on the 2nd of May 2017, Mr. PP assaulted them by forcibly pushing them outside the doorway of the prosecution's office on the 3rd floor of the Magistrates Court of Victoria in Melbourne. The assault was unprovoked and caused physical and emotional harm to the victim. Unprovoked, assault outside County Court of Victoria. On the 4th of October 2017, the plaintiff was forcibly pushed outside the County Court of Victoria in Melbourne by the defendant, referred to as PP. Subsequently, the plaintiff sent an email to the officer notifying them that the complaint initially raised on the 2nd of May 2017 had escalated due to this second assault. Notably, during the assault, the PP explicitly mentioned IBAC, Independent Broad-Based Anti-Corruption Commission, suggesting that the PP was aware of the ongoing false statement to police by Protected. On the 5th of October, the defendant, PP, intentionally made a false statement regarding the events of 2nd and 19th of May, as well as 4th October 2017. This deliberate act of fraud involved PP falsely claiming that he was the victim in these incidents and that the plaintiff had assaulted him outside the County Court of Victoria. Furthermore, PP misrepresented the earlier events involving IBAC, demonstrating awareness of the ongoing complaint. These actions were aimed at falsely accusing the plaintiff of offences and securing the plaintiff's custody. As a police prosecutor, PP's access to mechanisms facilitated this calculated manipulation of facts. Unlawful detainment outside Southern Cross Station. On the 13th of October, the plaintiff was on his way to a counselling session in Melbourne. Outside Southern Cross Station, the plaintiff was surrounded and detained by approximately 6-8 purported counter-terrorism police officers. The officers physically assaulted the plaintiff, restrained him in cuffs, and transferred him to the City West Police Station. There, he was questioned about the incident outside the county court. Questioning by Detective Jaya Wickrame, the plaintiff was questioned by Detective Jaya Wickrame and a corroborator for several hours. During this interview, the plaintiff explained what truly happened on the 2nd of May and 4th of October 2017. The record of this interview was withheld from the plaintiff. Despite being unrepresented, the plaintiff was not served with charges and was detained overnight in the custody centre. Home invasion and property damage. While the plaintiff was detained, officers without a search warrant entered the plaintiff's home at 19 Cornhill, St Albans. These officers assaulted, threatened, and harassed the occupants of the home. They broke the door of the plaintiff's room and removed some of his property. Shockingly, they left the room unlocked, leading to thousands of dollars worth of the plaintiff and his son's property being stolen. Detective Jaya Wickrame's conduct. Detective Jaya Wickrame did not personally serve the charges to the plaintiff. Furthermore, Jaya Wickrame did not have an arrest warrant or a search warrant. This deliberate conduct appears to be an attempt to conceal a crime. Additionally, Jaya Wickrame made a false statement in H1286/796 describing the plaintiff's actions in a way that contradicts CCTV footage. The statement was obtained in 2021 from VLA, and the footage was retrieved in 2023 from DOJ. Jaya Wickrame's use of the charges raises serious concerns about the integrity of the case. IBAC breach of agreement. refusal to adhere with its statutory obligations, stated service representations, and documented private agreements with the victim. On the day of the second May assault in 2017, this first assault and prior conduct was reported to IBAC. That was referred to the PSC, and of course the complaint came back as unsubstantiated via a standard form letter providing no detail whatsoever. On the 19th of January 2024, the entirety of the circumstances was reported to IBAC, formally following the substantiation of the complaint by HH Magistrate Rohan Lawrence on the 22nd of December 2023. In response to that complaint being filed, IBAC provided representation via email address infos@ibac.gov.au that a response would be provided in 45 days unless there were a need for further information or other complications. On the 9th of March 2024, when the 45 days expired, IBAC provided no response and likewise no notice of their refusal to maintain the agreement to provide a response in 45 days. The victim made several calls to IBAC over a 2-3 week period before eventually establishing around the 21st of March that the case had not been allocated to anyone. However, that a response would be provided by the 28th of March. On the 28th of March, IBAC provided communications delaying the response to the 5th of April. On the 5th of April, IBAC provided communications delaying the response early next week, therefore, by the 8th of April. On the 8th of April, no response was provided, and then on the morning of the 9th of April, the described correspondence was sent. While I am in agreement with IBAC that the described conduct is not conduct which is likely to bring Victoria Police into disrepute or diminish public confidence in it, for the twofold reasons of 1, the public confidence in police is so woefully low as it is, and 2, those that support police are mostly brain-dead morons without the capacity for critical analysis. Clearly, the malfeasant conduct described within this correspondence by all involved, inclusive of IBAC, therefore you, Mr. or Mrs. Cowardly Unnamed Case Manager, without even the slightest trace of integrity nor independence, is conduct unbecoming of the statutory provisions you are bound by. Also of the expectations which the public should have of a purported accountability body. You should be ashamed of yourselves. Unless I am provided an expedient correction and explanation, I will be commencing production of a comprehensive expose on these circumstances for a documentary, which I will be distributing widely and passionately to put the public on notice of your practices. This will be produced once sufficient time has passed upon which someone may demonstrate some integrity, lawfulness, ethics, and honor.